Our Urban Decay section. Our first clip of Urban Decay is another attack on the most innocent. Check this out. This guy's got a street meat cart.
He's selling hot dogs.
Street meat, it looks like, everything. And they're just trashing his shit. So absolute chaos ensues. They're ruining that guy's livelihood, ruining his business, throwing that food around so he can't make the money for the day. This hits close to home for me because I'm a big street meat guy, especially in New York. Whenever I go back to New York, I always order street meat. So if you guys want to support the show or support people like this that are having a hard time in the city, please go pick up some street meat, get some lamb over rice, no veggies, extra white, extra hot, and tag me. Do it for me.
Man, that guy's just out on his own, and nobody's going to help him. And this pack of urban youths just comes up and ruins his whole night. So for nothing, laughing, filming, no fear of getting in trouble, right?
Of course not, no.
What happened to the fear of getting in trouble? Like, what happened to the fear of, like, a cop coming up and grabbing your neck?
Yeah.
You know? That's gone.
Those days are done. And then New York used to be bad, like, years ago, like in the 70s and even in the 80s, I believe. And then they had, what's his name? The guy with the beret?
Curtis
Sliwa, and then what was their thing
Hell's
called?
Angels, Guardian Angels,
yes. They would wear the red jackets, and they would ride the subway, and they would, like, protect people because, like, the cops weren't doing enough, and there was so much crime. Now we couldn't even have Curtis Sliwa types because they would get them in trouble.
Yeah.
So it's not even like it's back in the 70s where we can kind of, like, take things into our own hands and protect our own communities because they'll go after those people. The FBI raids, you know, the pro-life people now. You can't have any Curtis Lewas, so I think it's going to get really ugly in New York City and cities in general.
Yep.
Next is a supermarket fight. These next three fights we can kind of just play in the background. Here's a supermarket fight.
The Walmart.
Absolute chaos. Everyone's fighting everyone. What could be said where you'd have 5 people fighting 5 people, you know?
I have no idea.
Maybe there would...
Walmart employee in the back just filming it.
Yeah.
So really no one's in charge ever. Some people are trying to break it up. Other people are escalating the fight.
And the fight just keeps happening. There's just different pockets of it.
Yep.
This another day.
There's nobody here wants to walk away, you know?
Yeah. Absolutely. And this next fight is in Plano, Texas, in Hooters.
Yeah, and what I'm hearing is this was over a chocolate bar.
Chocolate bar, $2. So it's over a chocolate bar. You're stomping people out. You have no shirt on. You're fighting. You're throwing, like, death blows, punches that could lead to someone dying.
Hooters waitress is right in the middle.
It's all over a chocolate bar. And this is in Plano, Texas.
Yep.
Texas.
Look at this posturing from these guys. These kids are animals.
Yeah.
They're shirtless. Yeah, they're barking. They're, like, slapping the wall doing this. It's like there's a kid there. They're all fighting together, and they're all shirtless.
It's over a fucking chocolate bar. And this kid at the end comes. And then no one gets in trouble.
And then destruction of property, and they're looking to identify them. What do you think about this? The picture, the white people running in, and just the shirtless black kids chasing them like crazy.
Yeah.
I think we might have a problem with black on white violence in America.
It does seem that way. And then the new FBI statistics came out recently, and everyone always does the original statistics, which are like 13% of the population is committing 50% of the violent crimes or whatever.
Yeah.
And the statistics came out, and they're actually way worse.
Yeah.
And Richard Rappway made this meme over here about it.
No one wants to get their hands dirty. Fine. I'll do it.
So that's Richard Rappway fighting alone out there.
Yeah.
No one wants to get their hands dirty. Richard Rappway will get his hands dirty.
Well, I see so many of these videos all the time. And actually, let's show the school one, the schoolgirl one.
Where's your friends? Where's your friends? Where's your friends? Where's your friends? Where's your friends?
Where are the teachers?
The teacher's trying to break it up.
With
but
the
that
mask
doesn't
on.
matter.
The teacher with the mask on.
Watch this. This is the point. Oh, somebody else just jumps in, stomping.
So this type of behavior is fine. I haven't seen anyone really cover this. Maybe Tucker Carlson might, but no one talks about this. The groups of black people attacking white people. I feel like I see those videos every single week.
I certainly do. And I was saying this to you off air. Have you ever seen a group of white kids like gang up on someone and then stomp them out like that?
No.
Like, or with any regularity. Do you
No.
ever see that?
Rarely, literally 0 times I've seen that to memory. And then if I do, it's like in a movie.
Exactly.
It's
or
in,
a prison,
yeah.
a prison movie.
American History X or whatever.
Yeah. And so I'm kind of coming.
Tony Soprano does it with his goons.
Yeah, exactly. So, and that's not kids, that's not like happening in a public school. That's like criminal adults, you know? It's hard to watch some of this stuff and think it's not at least partially racially motivated, the way that the media has kind of been divisive between blacks and whites for so many years now at this point. George Floyd and stuff. And it's like, where are your friends? Where are your friends? And then they just sucker punch the girl, and it's on. It's a fight. I didn't see the beginning of that fight outside Hooters. It seemed like the two white guys were definitely fleeing, and someone else was chasing them, looking to land a knockout blow, like a lifeless body. Like, oh, he's sleeping, so they can come and pull it in their face. And it's hard not to believe that at least a portion of this is racially motivated. And I guess we're not supposed to say that or something.
I think we can.
We're not supposed to talk about that.
It is, because the media is convinced the black people that they're oppressed because of white supremacy. So then anytime there's a fight or someone says a certain word that you're not supposed to say, that gives them like the green light to do anything. Carte blanche to go ahead and do whatever you have to do because you're oppressed or whatever. There was even a situation where there was I think a crime done on a hair salon, and then they blamed it on white supremacy when all the people who did it were black. Check this out.
On Monday, 3 people in Korean-owned hair salons in Dallas were gunned by yet another white supremacy replacement theorist.
So it's completely gaslighting, another white supremacist, and it's obviously not a white person. And that's it. And that's all. It doesn't have to make sense. It has to just ring true. And ringing true.
No, it has not even ring true. Sound right. It has to some sort of fake Exactly. It has to sound like a professional said it.
A professional said it, and it sounds right based on everything else you've heard from the media. And then that's what you get. These types of situations now, and these types of clashing groups of people. There was a high school football player who was killed. He was shot. I think he's 18 years old. He's dead. He was like a all-star football player.
His name was Elijah DeWitt. I watched his highlight tape before filming the episode. He was like a sick wide receiver.
Look at that jawline.
Look at
Chad
this
kid.
Look at this kid.
And then they shot him and killed him.
There was some sort of argument outside of a Dave & Buster's, and 2 black kids shot and killed him. His last words were "help," whimpered "help" to his girlfriend in a pool of blood. Just murdered in cold blood by an 18 and a 19-year-old kid. They look like this. I don't know. Again, there's this thing where, you know how anytime something happens with like a police shooting involving a black man and their mind immediately goes to racially motivated? That's starting to happen to my mind.
Yeah, my mind too.
On all these things. Because this is kind of like a jealousy situation too. This kid's a star athlete, beautiful girlfriend, bright future, was probably going to play D1. I saw videos of him power cleaning and stuff in his garage.
So we have like every week videos like this of white people getting attacked or killed or beaten up or stomped out by groups of black people, and nothing gets done. No one talks about it besides like us and Tucker. But then if there's anything that goes the other way, where it's a white person against a black person, it's all you hear about, and it's more proof of the racism boogeyman. And this is like a reality. And then the parents of this kid were quick to say, like, we don't want to, what was the thing?
The parents, they said some quotes about forgiveness and how, like, we don't know what the situation is or how these kids were brought up. So, like, immediately making excuses for
murder.
Yeah. So no time for, righteous indignation. Like, what happened? We need to figure this out. It's
you
just
can't be mad anymore.
It's just good old-fashioned Christian forgiveness. And then it happens again next week. To someone else's son.
Scott Greer had
Different
a really
people.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. Scott Greer had a really good tweet about this. Can you read that? I think I screenshotted it.
So some kid said the kid's body isn't even cold yet, and all the parents and girlfriend are already falling over themselves to forgive the murderers and move on. No righteous anger. What a pathetic, broken culture this is. Talking about, I guess white people or white Americans' culture. And Scott Greer said, why didn't George Floyd's family immediately forgive Derek Chauvin and tell everyone to move on?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And that would have made more sense because George Floyd was like a street rat.
but when it can be, yeah,
This
exactly.
kid was like a
Star
football player, captain of the football team.
Bright future, actual contributing member of society, not like just using a counterfeit 20
Yeah, and on drugs.
and on fentanyl.
Ate the fentanyl, killed himself, was saying I can't breathe before he even got on the ground. Yeah.
Exactly. And so, nothing happens. Nobody causes a scene. That's just part and parcel of living in America these days, right?
Because America's free, whoever wants to grab it. If you're in a dress and you're a guy, it's yours. If you're a black person who thinks it's racist, it's yours. And the white people just take their painkillers and give it away.
The white people just, take a couple deaths per 1,000, and then we just keep moving on, right? With, basically no power, no political will to do anything or to solve any problems.
Yeah. Last clip of Urban Decay. The kids aren't standing for the pledge. This should wrap it all up.
1, 2, 3, 4 kids standing for the pledge. 5. Everyone else sitting. Kid in a Seahawks jersey sitting. Sad to see that.
Yeah, and everyone else just sits, and then no one stands for the pledge anymore.
And it's like not about the pledge, right? It's about like, this is your country together. Everyone in this room, you're equal, right? And are you gonna try to have an allegiance to that? Are you gonna try to care about America, or are you gonna ignore it as some stupid thing that they used to do in the 90s?
Yeah. Oh, we don't have to? I'm not gonna.
Oh yeah, I'm not standing.
So we're toast.